means that, we can help put together bigger tournaments, or maybe even little upgrades to like our cameras, things like that, bigger pot sizes, etc. And wow, what a match we have upcoming. Johan versus SpawnSean. This is going to be really, really fun to watch. SpawnSean actually came originally from Indiana. And as you can see from the shirt, very fearsome Falcon main. And I think that somebody had tweeted that he was, I think, in the top 10 or top 5, I believe, in Indiana before he moved over here. Let me double check if I could see if I can maybe find that exact tweet. No such thing yet. No such thing yet.
Yeah, Johan, one of the best players in Oklahoma currently, rocking the Robin. Had a lot of success with the character.
Agreed. I don't know if he had like as good of a showing as he wanted to at Super Bit Wars 4, but he's still on the grind, and he's still one of the folks who I think just does really, really scary things, especially with such an underutilized character like Robin.
Yes.
I saw one of the funniest videos recently, and it was Robin's face put over Mr. Krabs in SpongeBob.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
He's like walking as fast as he can, and like you see like this other fish walking so slow. He's like, "Come on,
could you go any slower?
Could you go any slower?" But wow, a bit of a surprise actually from SpawnSean, despite the fact that his shirt has Captain Falcon, and that Falcon has put in some serious work at Shockwave in the past. Maybe inspired by Nairo, we're going to be seeing the Dr. Mario coming out against this Robin.
Yeah, interesting matchup here because Dr. Mario is, despite the fact that he's not particularly fast, he's relatively small, so hitting that smaller body with Robin's projectiles is probably more challenging than it would be against the speedier Falcon, just because Falcon's so very, very tall. Even whenever he's running around, you can't really low profile anything, and whenever he's jumping around, the same sort of deal where he's very, very big. But Dr. Mario will definitely be able to slip around a little bit better, move around. We saw earlier on getting the reverse up B out of the down throw combo on Robin. So it seemed like maybe SpawnSean has some tech in this matchup. He definitely knows what he's doing.
And he has that cape as well. But I think that Johan has done a good job of kind of mixing up his timings in regards to the projectile game. Even right there, tripping him up a bit. I think that SpawnSean was waiting for the Thoron to come out to shield that, but the surprise Levin sword toss actually caught him off guard. But despite the fact that we've been talking a lot about Johan, SpawnSean has been able to keep this within 40%. He's still down by quite a bit, but I think that if he can find a really good super jump punch here, he should be able to garner a great amount of stage control and maybe start bringing some sort of a comeback.
Yep, Dr. Mario definitely does have good knockback. Very nice. The coverage on that down smash is actually really good because if he had rolled in, he would have got hit by that sweet spot. But the lightning bolts that could cover off the ground, covering that get up well, and that nice Levin back air sealing the stock.
Yeah, speaking of coverage.
Speaking of coverage, yeah.
Johan on a rampage right now, just barreling through this next stock from SpawnSean. I mean, so far, over 48% uncontested, but SpawnSean finally getting the last hit of that super jump punch.
Yeah, Johan definitely doing a good job using all of his projectiles and that jab to cover the landings, really solidify his wall at the mid-range. And it's been very, very difficult for SpawnSean just to actually get on stage, get his feet back on the ground, and get anything started.
Now Johan might be at the end of this stock, but even going into this next stock, he's just put on so much damage. And I guess he's not done yet. 73, 83 actually, and counting on SpawnSean. And all that time is going to give him more time to kind of charge up that Thoron.
Okay, very interesting. Johan intentionally using the Levin forward air to get the sword, using that, putting that into his mix-up of the mid-range zoning.
Literally using every single trait, every single tool that this character has to the fullest at this point.
Yeah, he does have the book for Thoron. Those books will kill, but the nice pressure with the rising down throw book into falling back air.
Johan chuckling it up a little bit there. He was definitely very happy with the way that he played there.
Definitely, very, very clean play.
I mean, I thought that he'd be at least losing one stock there.
Yeah, he was kind of pushed into the corner at one point in time. SpawnSean could have, that was an opportunity. If he had taken the stock down, he would have been in like a 60% deficit. So it would have been, an uphill battle, but something he could have come back from. But instead, Johan just once again solidifying the mid-range, keeping control, keeping presence, and keeping safe and punishing really, really hard.
Now, this is going to be really tough for SpawnSean. Again, we've seen just how fantastic Johan is in regards to his projectile game and how good he is at utilizing all of Robin's tools. But if he can maybe get the power shield on point, then maybe he can start getting through some of the walls that Johan will be setting up. But again, it's just been all about Johan, whether it's up close or from afar. And we're seeing that right now in the percents, 51 and counting, as Johan continues to send SpawnSean off stage.
Oh, yeah, bad position for Falcon to be in. Nice side B and gets the reverse arrow rush back air. So much damage.
No jump either, but SpawnSean just enough to be able to make it back onto the stage. They're trying to go for a lot of these stomps, but it just might cost. Actually, no.
Wow.
Instead, the situation gets reversed. A bit of an executional error. Johan laughing it off, though, but that stock was definitely a very big loss. Yeah, any ideas on really what went down there?
I'm not sure. It looked like Johan may have just tried to finish him off, like catch him with a back air or down air or something, super low, and just underestimated just how low he actually was, if he could have actually made it back or not.
This is what makes SpawnSean so scary. It's just how good and refined like his punish game can really be. Even though the little empty hops is keeping Johan on his toes as he continues to kind of extend this lead after Johan's unfortunate executional error.
Oh, very nice combination. Super close, so that side neutral B will combo into the F smash. Even cross stage at that high percent, 11 F smash, definitely going to be killing. Nice combinations from SpawnSean. Yeah, reads the get up, but doesn't actually time it correctly. That would have been a pretty big punish if the down air had landed. Oh, the bait on the air dodge, but doesn't hit the knee. That would have been it.
That would have definitely been it. He was just a little bit too close, I feel. And now, hoping to maybe walk away with this. He has all the percent that he needs, but Johan, so good. His composure has been pretty fantastic throughout this match. But right there, guessing wrong, and SpawnSean finds that finishing blow. We're going to game number 3 between these three folks.
Yeah, that was actually really clever because the Falcon kick, goes into the little flip animation afterwards, and it looked like he was going to have to just be forced to hit the ground, and that would have been punishable if it had happened. So Johan going, okay, well, I'm going to take this opportunity to punish you. But just barely high enough that he could double jump afterwards and land, and that's enough time for him to land and get a punish of his own on the whip F smash.
Now Johan taking a minute to kind of contemplate his counter pick. Truth be told, he was very dominant for that game. It's just he had that error, that very low percent SD that cost him the stock and also gave SpawnSean this second win that let him really come back. And that's the thing that makes SpawnSean, I think, so scary as a player, is just when he's comfortable.
Yeah.
And when the combo game is just right. Oh, man. His punishes are just
very, very strong.
Now does Oklahoma have any Falcons? Do we know that? Okay, Oklahoma. I see an Oklahoma representative telling me that there is a couple of Falcon mains in the state, so it's definitely not a matchup unfamiliarity issue in the slightest. But SpawnSean, I don't know how many Robins he had from where he's from.
Yeah, Robin is definitely not a popular character, especially on the level that Johan plays.
Definitely not. And I think that for SpawnSean, a big part of this is just going to be about trying to not get overwhelmed by all the crazy things that the character can do. He just has to understand what he's really good at and focus primarily on executing that game plan.
Definitely.
And that's what we're seeing from him so far. This opening actually much closer than the previous bouts that we've seen. Actually, SpawnSean had the lead temporarily, but Johan just so good at just taking that right back.
Yeah, it seems like, especially in those first couple exchanges, SpawnSean is getting a better idea of the distance he can be standing at, where Johan can't actually pressure him too particularly well, and using those to set up for dash grabs. Yeah, now Johan's starting to get a little bit more momentum, getting those 11 attacks in to cover all that space, and all this shield pressure. That forward tilt may have actually saved him.
Close moment right now, but SpawnSean weaves out of the corner and gets the throw. He's going in so deep with that up air.
Oh, that up air actually clashing with the up B hitbox. That may have been it if he got hit by that.
Exactly. Really good. Even though Falcon doesn't have the best recovery, he's able to at least utilize some of the tools that he has to make it back on stage. Johan struggling a bit, Falcon a bit on the thicker side, and that's making it very tough, I think, for Johan to land this final blow that he needs to take the stock. But a great set of jabs right there. Intercepting SpawnSean, but still hanging in there. The Thoron's going to finish it, though. Great play from Johan.
Yeah, I like the short hop out of it too, because I covered so much more space since the Thoron is attached to Robin as he's doing it. So it covered like that jump space, and also brought it down afterwards to cover the roll and potentially even the get up from the ledge. Oh, tries to low profile the neutral B with his side B, but doesn't quite go low enough.
SpawnSean needs to have that composure that we've seen from Johan. That runoff bear is definitely going to do a lot for him here, but it's going to be really about who I think has like the stronger mental fortitude. The percents, they can definitely be made up, especially given you're playing a character like Captain Falcon. It's going to be a matter of whether or not SpawnSean can keep that level head, find those optimal punishes, and get himself back into this game.
SpawnSean doing a really good job actually SDIing out of the side Bs from Robin. That is one weakness that it has. If you do get caught by the full thing, and you lead to the pretty big follow-ups that Robin can get, but if you SDI out of it, it goes to basically nothing.
Johan may be running out of a couple of resources here, actually losing his 11 sword, I believe.
Yeah, that should be back to decent. The 11 sword is one of the ones that respawns relatively fast.
Yeah, as we can see, it's right back into play.
And yeah, something we haven't really talked about. We talked about how Johan's using all of the different aspects that Robin has, but also like managing all of them very well. Doing a very good job cycling through side Bs and neutral Bs and 11 swords, making sure he doesn't run out of any resource when he actually needs it.
Ooh, scary spot. That moving treadmill actually may prove disastrous for SpawnSean. Up air won't be enough. SpawnSean still hanging in there, landing with the bear and regaining the stage control, but a beautiful neutral B. Johan using that to get himself out of the corner and get back onto the stage. Great shield from SpawnSean, hoping to go and collide with that side B. He's not going to be finding that Raptor boost quite yet. The bear waits for him, and that's it. What a game. What a set. The first game very much in Johan's favor, but as SpawnSean was making the right sort of adjustment, as he was starting to adapt more and more to Johan's style of play, it just got incredibly close. But in the end, Johan, all about that mental composure.
Yes.
Was in the corner for, I'd say, 70% of the time that he was like in those triple-digit percents.
Yeah, but still managed to slip through.
Exactly. He found his opening, he found his opportunity, and he just made it count for what it was worth.
Yeah, and if there's like, we talked about a lot of different things Johan's really good at, but another thing that like, personally, whenever I played against Johan, the thing he's very, very good at is picking those aerials correctly to counter hit his opponent's movement and holding off whenever it wouldn't actually work. So, like he's dancing around. Like, it gives this impression of like, kind of like the Matador, where he's like, oh, I'm charging this, I'm doing stuff. Olé. You better come in here. And by the way, I've got these big old hitboxes, this super active back air, this far-reaching forward air, and it's very, very difficult not to just run in and get olayed over and over and over again.
I agree. That was one hell of a set, I will say. And if that's this early on in the bracket, oh man, early. I can't wait to see what we have next.
Yeah, so
I
much.
cannot wait.